here. It's super pleasant outside, and it certainly was yesterday. But I have a sneaking suspicion that things are going to start warming up again. But I'm going to leave that to you, Kyle, to talk about. So tell us what the 7-day forecast is going to look like.
So today we got sunny skies, a high of 83. Tonight, clear skies, low of 56. Tomorrow, sunny skies, high of 90, low of 67. Friday, July 1st, scattered storms, high of 88, low of 68. Saturday, scattered storms, high of 85, low of 64. Sunday, partly cloudy, high of 88, low of 64. July 4th, high of 91, low of 67, partly cloudy. Next Tuesday, we got scattered showers and thunderstorms, high of 88, low of 66. And next Wednesday, we got morning storms, high of 87, low of 65. And coronavirus cases nationwide actually have been plateauing because we passed our BA.1.2.1 surge, and also the CDC and the FDA has authorized this Moderna and the Pfizer for 6 months to 4-year-olds, which is actually great news for this because it's the youngest of all ages in the group, and now we just had to wait for the babies to 3-year-olds the 3 months olds can get the vaccine, which is actually some helpful news because we are in the right direction right now, so which is good news. And not only that, nationwide COVID cases are plateauing, also coming down. Globally, cases are finally dropping as well because they're actually starting to get their vaccines for all the other ages as well, same as ours. 4 months to 6-year-olds for Pfizer and Moderna at the same time, which is good news because that's the youngest of all ages groups. Now we just have to wait for the rest of the groups to come in, the babies from the newborns to 3 months olds, which is some helpful news. In sports, we got their Trinidad Copperheads game Friday night, which I'll be at that, but Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I'll be gone because I'll be out of town, going up to Canada for the 4th of July, and I will not be back on the shelf maybe whatever that Wednesday is, the 13th, so I'll have a safe trip out there. So this is the first time I've been up to Niagara Falls since 2019, right before COVID, and Toronto was 2015. Almost 7 years ago was the last time I was in Toronto, so right roughly before my back surgery even occurred. And not only that, not long after my trip, I got the Palooza, which is, I think right now is the plan is the 13th of August, which is a month and a half less away, which is, God, that's sneaking so fast, right? And football is actually nearing 2 months away already. And basketball season tickets are on sale. Basketball season schedule should be announced at some point since soccer season starts right up around the corner. Same for all the other fall sports. Field hockey, soccer, volleyball, football, and all the other late fall, winter sports start up at the same time. And after that, we got all the OU spring sports back up and running, and all the summer Copperhead sports are back up and running again.
Yeah, and football practices, have they started already?
Yeah, I think they started. I think they just started this past time, but their last practice is like the little fan appreciation day, which is like the 13th of August this year. Yeah. It's same time as last year, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Will not be quite as hot as humid.
Yay! I couldn't imagine. I didn't play football in high school nor in college, and I couldn't imagine 90-degree weather fully suited up. That would not be fun to me. Anyway, things going on around the city. We have an interesting program that is being put on by the Athens Soil and Water Conservation District and the city of Athens, and it's training. It's interesting. Inspection and maintenance certification for stormwater control measures in Ohio training. So this is July 11th and 12th. And let me kind of read this to you. I mean, to give you an idea as to what this is all about, the Ohio State University Department of Food, Agriculture, and Biological Engineering and Summit Soil and Water Conservation have developed a curriculum based on Ohio maintenance standards and design specifications for stormwater control measures, SCMs. They have a 2-day course that's been developed to educate and train a workforce to fill a growing niche. This certification course will give your employees the knowledge required to confidently identify the storm water control measures, inspect facilities, develop reports, and make recommendations to solve common maintenance issues and carry out maintenance. So this is really pretty interesting. Upon completion of the course and successfully passing the exam, the attendees will be awarded a certification and a personal certification number from The Ohio State University. The certification is good for 3 years. The cost for this course is $200. There's no annual membership fees or dues. Again, this is July 11th and 12th at the Community Center, so right here in the city of Athens. If you have any questions or want more information, you're encouraged to go to the website and you can put in sswcd.summitoh.net/node/35. And you can get your fill of what that's all about. But again, it sounds like an interesting program. Engineering and Public Works has a couple announcements, some of these things that we have been tracking for a while and things that have been going on. There will be a Courier Street closure that will be between 19 and 34 Courier Street. That's going to be happening tomorrow, the 30th. It'll be closed from 8 a.m. till noon, no through traffic or emergency traffic. If you have any questions, you can always call Engineering and Public Works at 593-7636 for more information on that. They're replacing a culvert down there. Columbia Gas is still chugging along down West Union Street. Now they are going to be working, started it yesterday, or actually they started it 2 days ago, and they are between Jefferson Alley, which is near the fairgrounds, and working all the way on up to the bridge over the Hocking River. So this is a Columbia Gas project. Any questions you might have, you are encouraged to reach out to Rachel Colon, who is the public affairs specialist, and you can reach her at RCOLON, at nisource.com. So if you have any questions, reach out. The other project that's going on, and it looks like, knock on wood, that it's going to wrap up somewhere around August 12th, is the East Union and South College Street project, where the university is working on their utility tunnel. So it's closed off to traffic through there. I know that it's local traffic only on South College Street, and for West Union, or East Union rather, it is closed to through traffic. So you'll have to find a detour, and I find myself doing it all the time, wanting to go up Jeff Hill. And once I get to the top, it's like, oops, I got to turn onto University Terrace and go around that way. Let's see, we have the tax amnesty program. That's going to be closing out tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day to reach out to the income tax department here in the city of Athens, which can be reached at 592-3337. And get more information on being able to get yourself caught up on delinquent income tax, because what happens after that, starting July 1 through the end of July, the city will be working with the Cleveland Collection Agency, CCA, using their program, Cleveland Central Collection Agency rather, and they will be collecting delinquent taxes from people. So if you are delinquent in taxes and didn't take advantage of the amnesty program, you'll likely get a green or blue envelope that comes from CCA, and they'll be asking for specific pieces or documents from you. Could be all federal W-2 forms and other documentation that are pertinent to federal income taxes. So please be aware of that as well. Tomorrow's the last day of amnesty. After that, it rolls into the collection process. So now you're in the know. Arts, Parks, and Recreation, a lot of stuff going on, especially during the summer. Private swim lessons are now available at the Athens City Pool. If you're interested, go to the city website, and you can check it out on the Arts, Parks, and Rec dashboard. Pool rentals are now being accepted, so we pushed that off for a little bit because we wanted our lifeguards to really get comfortable, because we've got a lot of new lifeguards. But now that that has come to be, started on the 26th, where people can rent out the pool after hours Monday through Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. If you're interested in renting the pool for events between 7 and 9 p.m., reach out to Annie Ollicott, and you can reach her either by calling the community center, or you can email her at aolcott@ci.athens.oh.us. It's great to be able to have that amenity for people to lease the pool, rent the pool in the evenings for special events. Swimming lesson registration. Registration for season 1 is open. Registration for season 2 began 2 days ago, so that's already coming up. And then season 3 registration is going to begin July 11th. So keep those dates in mind if you want to get the kiddos in the pool and teach them to swim. Splash Pad, Catherine Ann Jordan, Director of Arts, Parks, and Recreation, has freed up the pool or the splash pad to be free on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. So that's open. No need to have a pool pass or anything like that to use it. And it's a great amenity for the city to have, for people to cool down using that splash pad. Some other things on their calendar, just to kind of go through these quickly. I mentioned the free splash pads on Wednesdays and Saturday mornings. Free swim coming up on the 4th of July, so take advantage of that. That's going to be from noon to 7 p.m. Then third Thursdays, concert. These are the concerts in the parks, will be at 6 p.m. So I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is down at West State Street Ballpark, down there at the park, for the third Thursday, so check that out. There's a free community movie that's going to begin at dusk. That is on the 15th of July. The third Thursday of July is the 21st. So lots and lots happening during the summer within Arts, Parks, and Recreation. As I mentioned, the pool is going to be opened. And it is. West State Street Park is going to be the July 21st, third Thursday, Arts in the Parks, where there's going to be music playing down there. So take full advantage of that. Dora, always good to remind people about the Dora. Dora is ongoing throughout the rest of this month, which is only one more day. Into all of July, and then half of August. And again, that's Thursdays through Saturdays, to where someone can get an adult beverage and walk up and down the streets, sidewalks within the Dora footprint on Court Street and on West Union. With the 4th of July, the 3rd of July is the Athens fireworks display. I believe it'll start around 10 p.m. and go until all the fireworks are exhausted. It's out on East State Street, so encourage people to go out and watch that. The 4th of July Thunder in the Valley in Nelsonville will be taking place on the Hawking College campus. That is the 4th of July. And so, as we all know, with the 3-day weekend, with the 4th of July, trash and recycling will be delayed a day. So keep that in mind as well. For me, it's Wednesdays is normal day, so I'll be pushing my stuff out there on Thursday. The last thing I want to mention to everybody is Brew Week. So Brew Week is quickly approaching, July 8th through the 16th. The 8th is a Friday. There will be opening events. I believe that there is a dinner on the deck at the parking garage on one of the evenings. I don't recall which, but if you go to Ohio Brew Week, I'm sure the schedule will be right there. And then on the 16th is the last call, to where part of Court Street will be closed down for a rather large block party to close out Ohio Brew Week. And, because of COVID, and not being an Ohio Brew Week in 2020 or in 2021. I'm completely blanking on which Brew Week this is, but it's getting up there in the numbers. It's certainly in the high teens for Ohio Brew Week, and it'll certainly be fun to have that taking place. But again, if there's a large group of people, encouraging people to stay as distanced as best you can. The current variant of the Omicron is out there. We're seeing a lot of breakthroughs for people who are not only double vaccinated, but double boosted. It's out there, so be careful. Be careful, please. The last thing I have for today is a proclamation. And I think this is fitting in that the month of July is Parks and Recreation Month. So let me read this proclamation. Office of the Mayor. Whereas Parks and Recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout our country, including the city of Athens. And whereas our Parks and Recreation programs are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our communities, ensuring health for all citizens, and contributing to the economy and environmental well-being in our community. And whereas Parks and Recreation programs build healthy, active communities that aid in prevention of chronic diseases, provide therapeutic recreational services for those who are disabled, and also provide the mental and emotional health for all of our citizens. And whereas Parks and Recreation programs increase the community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of local tax bases, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, and crime reduction. And whereas Parks and Recreation areas are fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community. And whereas parks and natural recreation areas improve water quality, protect groundwater, prevent flooding, improve the quality of the air we breathe, and provide vegetation buffers to develop and produce habitat for wildlife. And whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month. Now, therefore, I, Steve Patterson, the mayor of the great city of Athens, Ohio, do hereby proclaim the month of July of 2022 as Parks and Recreation Month and recognize the Athens Arts, Parks and Recreation Department and all of their facilities here in the wonderful city of Athens, Ohio. I know that you take advantage of our recreational assets, Kyle, because you are a walker. I see you out there, in your pictures of you at Stroud's Run, on the bike path and all over the place. And so I hold Kyle Johansson as a model for something that we should all be doing, and certainly something I should
I'll be doing a lot of them. I'm in Niagara Falls this time.
There you go, in Niagara Falls. That's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us, and please tune in again next week for the next installment of the Weekly Update with Kyle Johansson and the Mayor. Take care.